Hello everyone, this is the sixth part of a chapter JavaScript. In this part we will see about JavaScript data types and functions used in JavaScript. So data types means what? Data types means we know that the variables holding the some types of a data. Okay, so we need to identify the types of that data. JavaScript variables can hold many data types, number, strings, object and more. Variable length equals to 16. Okay, so this is 16 is your number. Variable last name equals to some name. So this is string. Variable x equals to first name John, last name dot. This is object. So these different variables storing the different values. The content of data types in programming. Data types is an important concept. To be able to operate on variables, it's important to know something about the type. So, without data types, a computer cannot safely solve this variable x equals to 16 plus this, because here you are trying to add one integer and one string. Okay. So, you need to provide the data type. So, see, when the x equals to 16 plus 4, so it will add the 16 plus 4 is 20 plus this, so it will consider the now next plus is as a concatenation and it will display the output 20 v Volvo. Okay, then again Volvo plus 116 plus 4. So here you are starting with the string, so it will consider as a Volvo, then 16 and then 4. So Volvo 164 will be your output. JavaScript types are dynamic. JavaScript has dynamic type. This means that the same variables can be used to hold the different data types. Means you are using the same variable x equals to 5. Again you are reusing it x equals to John. So you can assign the different types of values to the same variable. So these JavaScript variables are dynamic. JavaScript types are dynamic. Then JavaScript strings. A string is a series of characters like John, toy. Strings are written with the quotes. You can use a single or a double quotes in JavaScript. Then JavaScript number. How to write the number? There is also again two ways. You can write the 34 directly or you can write the 34.00. Booleans can only have two values, true or false. So you can return the either true or the false. Next is JavaScript arrays. Arrays means what? Here you can declare the different variables under the same name. So here is a one array name is a cars. So inside the car there is a different cars, Saab, Volvo and BMW. Next is JavaScript objects. JavaScript objects are written with curly braces. Object properties are written as a name value pairs. So this is first name John, then last name toy, age and then eye color. Okay, this is about the JavaScript object. Then the type of operator. You can use the JavaScript type of operator to find the type of a JavaScript variable. So this is about the type of. When you are using the type of on any variable, so you will get the name, means type of 0, so it will return the number. If you are writing the type of something, okay, so type of one name, so it will return the string. Next is in JavaScript, a variable without a value has a value undefined. The type is also undefined, so you can use the undefined. Value is undefined. Empty values, and empty value has nothing to do with undefined. An empty string has both a legal value and a type. Next is null. In JavaScript, null is nothing. It is supposed to be something that doesn't exist. Unfortunately, in JavaScript, the type of null is an object. Next is difference between the undefined and null. What is the difference between this undefined and null? Undefined and null are equal in value but different in type. See, value is same but the type is different. Okay, type of undefined is or type of null. So null equals to undefined, null equals to undefined. So you will get the two answers, false and true. So why there is a null is equals to undefined is false, because it will check the type and values, okay, the data types also and the value also, so it is wrong. And then primitive data, a primitive data value is a single simple data value with no additional properties and method. The type of operator can return one of this primitive type: string, number, boolean, undefined. So type of, just write type of and then string name, so it will returns the string. Second is a complex data. The type of operator can return one of two complex types: function and object. It will returning the two, function and object. Type of operator returns the object for objects, arrays and null. The type of operator does not return object for functions. So this is about the data types used in JavaScript. Now we will see the JavaScript functions. Functions means what? Function is a block of code designed to perform a particular task. We are using the function to perform a specific task. A JavaScript function is executed when something invokes it. Someone is calling it, then it will execute. See, here is a function, my function, with the two parameter. Function is a keyword, then my function is the name of function, and p1 and p2 are the two parameter, and then return p1 into p2. Just tap on the try it yourself. So here you will get the code and the answer also. Here is a answer. Okay, so answer is 12. So go back again and check for the next JavaScript function syntax. How to write the functions? So you need to write the function, function, function. Then you need to write the name for this function, and if you want to pass the parameter, you need to pass the parameter from the opening bracket, rounded bracket, and after this ending of the rounded bracket, you need to start a curly braces. You need to write the curly braces to write the number of statement inside this curly bracket. So you can write the number of statement and you can punch together under this function. Then function invocation. When your functions will invoke, when your functions will call, when you are calling the any functions in your program, it will be automatically invoke. The code inside the function will execute the something invoke the function when an event occurs, when it is invoked automatically. Okay. And then function return. Sometimes function may be return a value, sometimes not. When a JavaScript reaches a return statement, the function will stop executing. If the function was invoked from a statement, JavaScript will return to execute the code after invoking the statement. Function often compute a return value. The return value is return value is returned back to a function from where this function is called. Here is the one example, x equals to my function 43. Here we are giving the just call. Just click on a try it yourself and try this code. JavaScript, this is example, calls a function which performs a calculation and returns the result. So when you are see, here is a function, then variable x equals to my function. From this line you are giving a call to the my function and then storing the value into the x. So here you will get the output 12, because in my function the data is written a into b. Why we are using the function? You can reuse the code. You can write the code once and you can use the many times as per your requirement. So you are using the functions in JavaScript. Then the opening and closing operator invokes the function. Okay, this is invoking the function, means this and semicolon means you are calling your function. Function used as a variable value. Sometimes you can use the function. Function can be used the same way as you can use a variable in all types of formulas, assignment and calculation. Like variables, you can use the functions. In function there are the two types of variable. One is a local variable and one is a global variable. Local variable means what? Variable declared within the JavaScript function become a local, and the variable which is outside that function are the global variables. So this is all about the functions in JavaScript. So in this part we learn about the data types, different data types present, and then the functions, the concept of data types, different points like JavaScript is a dynamic, JavaScript strings, numbers, booleans, arrays, object, operator, null, difference between the undefined and null. All these things we learn in this part. And also we learn about the function, what is a function, syntax, how to use it, how to declare it in your JavaScript. Thank you.